This area, surrounded by mountains, is the Shamakat Valley in the Ailishing district of Lagman province. At the foot of the mountain, there is a village made of mud and stones. The ruined houses, faces battered by poverty, marks of bullets on the walls and rooms turned into rubble all testify that the past 20 years of occupation have devastated the people of this valley and taken much from their lives. These are the scars of the ruthless aerial bombings by the occupiers' aircraft on the highlands of Shamakat Valley, which are referred to as the bitter and terrifying early days in the minds of the people of this valley. Many untold and ignored tragedies have befallen the people living in the embrace of this valley, and perhaps many of them lack the ability to speak or hear about them. However, the truth remains that the occupiers committed all kinds of atrocities against the nation of Afghanistan. August 24, 2018. The nights in Shamakat Valley were linked to death, and the people of Nazar Muhammad Kale village would seek refuge in the mountains at night. However, Ahmad, an elderly man from the same village who had just returned from a journey, stayed home that night with his children. But around 12 o'clock at night, Ahmad's house was raided by the occupiers. Along with Ahmad, his two brave sons were also drenched in blood, and by morning, the door of a poor and helpless family was carrying 3 coffins. Mohammadullah is one of Ahmad's surviving sons who was a child during the raid and was relocated to another place along with the women of the family.
I was small at that time, and my brothers said, "What do they want from us? We are civilians, go to sleep." When it was 12 o'clock at night, the Americans raided. The raid came to the house at night. They took the people outside, and separated the children from them. First, they shot my father, then they martyred my 2 brothers. They took us away from the house, planted explosive materials around it, and set off an explosion. They destroyed our house and martyred my family members. Here, one of my brothers named Nemat was martyred, here my other brother named Wahid was martyred, and here my father was martyred. When we arrived in the morning, they had broken them into pieces. We took them and placed them on bedsteads. It was a very bad situation, and we took them to the clinic. The wounds were very severe, and they had been badly hurt.
That night, it wasn't only Ahmad family who suffered, as the occupiers' raid claimed the lives of many. By the time the raid ended, the number of martyrs had risen to 7.
When we arrived, the people were telling us, they came to us first, and we reached them. When we arrived, the martyrs were lying there. Ahmad Mama, may Allah accept his martyrdom along with all the Muslims, his sons were also martyrs there. The reality was very painful. It was a very painful incident that happened in this area. Before this, no such painful event had occurred here. On that night, in the raid, around 7 people were martyred. 3 were in this house, and 2 were in that house. There's even a painful story where one of them had their hand cut off. That poor man was a helper, a driver, doing his job. On that day, that poor guest was in this house, and they martyred him. At 12 o'clock that night, they martyred 7 people. There were many hardships here.